let's take someone from someone I can't see. Okay, last one, okay?
Last one.
All right, pass it.
Okay. Hi.
Music mics, hi.
Again. Before a question, I just want to say you look adorable and you're playing my first ever crush. So.
Peter Pan. Yeah. Belle's mine.
Okay. And sorry. Okay. The question is, how did you get into acting? How did you start out?
And this is something that comes with having a wonderful mother. My mom was the type of woman that would try to get her kids into everything, and so I signed up. I've tried so many things in my life. Like, I've forgotten so many things that I've tried, and it's funny how sometimes it comes back to me. It's like, oh yeah, I've played that random instrument, or oh, I've tried these obscure sports, because my mom tried to get me into everything, and acting was one of those things. And so I got into this class really early when I was like 9. Teacher introduced me to an agent, and I've been with that agency ever since. Throughout high school, I never really paid attention to it. I wanted to be a stuntman, and so I trained to be a martial artist. After high school, I really went competitive. I made the Canadian national team for my martial arts, and so I was ready to be a stuntman, not an actor. What happened though was my agent finally found out that I could do martial arts. And it had been on my resume the whole time, but my agent specializes in Asian actors, and so everyone has Kung Fu on the resume. But I had just made the Canadian national team, and he's like, no one is nearly anything even close to what you are. And so he went nuts over it, and he sent this demo tape that I had to everyone, and within 2 months I got a lead role in a Kung Fu movie for Spike TV. I mean, I still have not seen the movie, and I probably won't ever watch that movie, but it was a big stepping stone, and they needed an actor that could do his own stunts, that didn't need to be pampered, that they can just throw in there, that would be okay with pooping in the woods and stuff, and I was just that person, right? Because it was in a rural city, and and I have very low standards for living conditions. So, it was just that perfect mix, and after that, I tried to do, when you're starting out as a freelancer for anything, it's a lot of waiting. And so at the beginning, I was trying to go for stunts, waiting a long time, and I was trying to, do a regular job, 9 to 5, just to have something to do. And I quickly realized that I couldn't, knowing what was possible. And that year, I think I quit about 20 to 30 jobs, and without explanation. Like, I loved finding the job. I loved interviewing for the job. I loved training for the job. But after that first day, second day, I just started to think, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this today. I'm going to be doing this tomorrow. Next week, I'm going to do the same. And like all of a sudden, my whole future flashes in front of my eyes. And I feel like that's it. I'm like, my life is lived. What's the point? And so I would freak out, and then I wouldn't show up the next day. Like, that's how I would quit. I just stopped showing up. And so I would do this 20 to 30 times that year, and then at the very end, I just decided, you know what? The only thing I've ever enjoyed doing was this acting thing, and so that was my new obsession. And the nice thing about that is, as an actor, your job is, when you get the job, it's really easy. You're not really doing much. Everyone's pampering you. You have a ton of assistants. You already know you can do the job, so it really doesn't feel like a job. You get paid way too much for waiting, really. So the actual work is getting the work, right? So it's auditioning, constantly getting those rejections, and that's the part that really excited me about my 9 to 5 search, right? So I kind of feel like I'm in a good place where I get to audition, I get to interview for all these jobs, I get to do the training, and even for a movie that I love, after the first week I get tired of it. I'm like, oh, what's the next thing? So it kind of works out. I can finish that project, at least there's an end date, and I don't know what's after that. So I can do that, but I think it comes down to, I just get really bored really quickly. And so, no, I'm not. But yeah, so stunts was the first thing, acting is this thing, but I don't know, tomorrow I might want to be a chef. I have no idea. Life is about the experience, it's about learning, it's about trying new things, and I don't ever want to confine myself to this one thing that I think that I'm supposed to be doing or that I have to do. So, with anything, One more thing. Let me tell you the story of my bracelet. So this used to be a necklace, and then I cut it accidentally while trying to make a duct tape dummy of myself. But this is from a movie 2012, and I was a monk character. And I asked my dialect coach what it meant, and he told me that when monks go into the monastery, they tie a little knot on a red string, and that signifies their dedication to always being a student, right? To always being open to lessons, and essentially you're going through life. Like, even if you're the Rinpoche, you're the Dalai Lama, you always approach every situation, every human being with an open heart and an open mind. And that really stuck with me. And so I never took this off until it got cut accidentally while making a duct tape dummy of myself. But I put it, as a reminder that I'm living today because there's still something I want to learn. There's still something I want to experience. And that's because I get bored easily. So, yeah. I mean, for that same reason, I decided to come to the Netherlands instead of going to Seattle Convention, which is, that's the safe thing. You go to Seattle, Netherlands, who knows? You might get stuck in an airport in Paris, But it's that adventure that I crave. It's the unknown. Even getting stuck in Paris, who knows what might happen? I might bump into a janitor there that I might become lifelong friends with. Who knows, right? And it's that excitement that I absolutely love. So I always say yes to adventures. Yes Man, the movie changed my life. I moved to China after watching that movie because I said yes to someone asking me if I wanted to go. So that's just the mentality I have. I get bored easily, and so I try all these things. Okay, all right, Maurice. Sorry. Is he there? Okay. All right, let's take another one then. Who's got the mic? All right, you get to choose. Okay, one more until he comes back, and then I'll take another one.
Hi. I was wondering, what is your OTP?
My OT, so obviously Kevin and Crowley. The unlikely parent. You know what? Even though he killed his girlfriend, he tortured his mom and all that, I really feel like Crowley has a soft spot for Kevin. And I'm gonna stick with that story. I'm not gonna go further than that. I also think that if anyone were to ever resurrect Kevin, it would be Crowley. I think he's the only one that can. I think he would actually do it, I don't know. Honestly, probably not. I probably annoy Mark more than anyone. Mark said somewhere, he's like, ComicCon is where you make friends that you just can't get rid of after. And he was talking about me, so. Yeah. Hi, Mark. Okay, all right, yeah. I'm doing good. Okay, we can do one more? Is that what you're saying? All right, let's take one more.
This is so much fun. One more. The lights are already on.
Okay,
so
one more with the lights.
This is the final.
Okay, this is fine. All right, promise. This is fine.
Hiya.
Hi.
My name's Patty. I don't know if you remember me.
Yes, I do. I don't know how many times I've seen you this week.
I think you remember everyone here.
I remember a lot of you now, actually.
Okay, my question was, if you could do a crossover between any two shows, which would you do, and what character would you play?
If crossover as in just mash the two shows and me being in it? Well, I don't know why they haven't done it, but they should do a Super Hulock something. And then Doctor Who can just bring Kevin back. He would be the guy to do it, right? Ah, that would be great. Yeah, let's make that happen, please.
Mag ik van jullie een gigantisch applaus voor Osric? He really was the best guest we had. He was awesome. I love you, man.
Yeah. Seriously, everyone, thank you so much. Like, I did not expect there to be this many people here to see me in the Netherlands. It is absolutely
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad I came. And thank you for all the stoop waffles. Stoop waffles.
En dan wil ik ook bij je mededelen dat dit ook het laatste optreden was van deze Dutch ComicCon. Oh, wat vonden jullie ervan? Volgend jaar weer? Dan zou ik zeggen bij deze, tot volgend jaar.